I had to double back and be like, to confirm my mind, and no, that's just the person you live with. Like, calm the fuck down.
Wow. Like, how do you not know? This is like first grader knowledge. How would you not know?
Something about muskmelon.
Ego's got two sides, though.
Yeah, too big of an ego can leave you open for manipulation.
Yeah, you stay in your lane. You wait for me to pass. You don't just cut me off.
The person even got down on his knees and was like, "Shoot me, bro. Shoot me. Just gun me down." Just
I don't know what your mommy and daddy told you when they gave you those participation.
For whatever reason, a lot of these people,
hey, hungry, how you doing? Something about muskmelon and like
I don't really like.
There's like a certain age. Maybe you had too
I
early.
think I like
it. Taste, I feel like though.
I think that's one that
Really?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it earlier on, but I don't mind it now.
Put some honey on it, or
but I also could be partial,
yeah,
because I think
better.
like it came in a fruit set that we had for my birthday, and I was just dipping it in. The fruit set came with a thing of yogurt, so I was just dipping it in the yogurt, and it was pretty good.
So I like it straight on the rind, just like a watermelon.
By itself, I don't know. It's almost like a rubbery texture, and tastes like water for the most part.
Do you guys like raisins?
It's weird.
I love raisins. What about craisins?
Same. Craisins are good.
Craisins are amazing.
I'm not a big sour fan, but those ones I can deal because it's a little sour and sweet. Or like raisins.
I love putting raisins in my oatmeal.
Black coffee. Like,
did you say black coffee?
Dude, I love drinking black coffee, like just black coffee. Like I like.
Dude, as a kid, I put so much sugar and milk.
There are
and
some
everything.
occasions
oh my gosh,
that
to make it taste
I'll
good.
put creamer in it, like if I'm feeling it. But for the majority of the time, because I've noticed that like the creamer just like it dehydrates me faster.
Yeah,
they say it can make you more tired too because warm dairy is naturally sedating. So you're countering some of that caffeine by having warm dairy at the exact same time.
That's probably like
an oxymoron.
That's probably like you have like coffee with like a little bit of creamer as like a nightcap, as like to like cap off like a night of like drinking or whatnot to just like relax. Not a decaf. No, you do want the caffeine to like keep your energy. Well, the caffeine kind of like takes you to the point where you can go to bed. Like you don't do it like right before you go to bed. You do it like 2 or 3 hours before you go to bed.
That's where one of my friends was telling me, like when they were down in South America, they would like that was their rituals. They drink coffee before they go to bed. Like that's just a normal thing of their culture.
Dude, you know how we just eat so much sugar? Do you think they're like immune to caffeine kind of in that sense down there because they have so much coffee? Like
where they have it all the time?
Yeah, where there's
something
coffee,
like that,
probably
or
like got
some effect
or caffeine immunity.
I mean, if you're
taking on from an earlier age,
if you're taking it in as often, like eventually like your body is going to develop some level of a tolerance.
I mean, think about early civilizations. What did they use to make anything? They used what they had, right? So they probably use that for everything.
Well, and eating it too, like that's probably like calories and stuff before they started making it in coffee. They probably just straight up eat espresso beans.
Eat it and then crush it and bake it into stuff, turn it into a spice.
Yeah. It's like everything is espresso. Could you imagine if like 80% of your diet was espresso beans?
Oh my God. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
that's where Speedy Gonzalez came from.
Does your dispensary sell the chocolate covered medicated beans?
Came from.
Yes, love beans and go beans, what they're called here.
God,
dude, yeah, and they put other like ours puts it's 5 THC, 5 CBD, an espresso bean, and then they put other natural like ashwagandha and other natural like herbs in it too for other influences, which I think if you're gonna make edibles and you want to influence them, don't just rely on cannabis. Put other shit in there.
Yeah, definitely.
It makes a world of difference, and it's just much more effective unless you're using other cannabinoids because like CBN makes a great sleep cannabinoid. But yeah, dude, those espresso beans are a game changer.
Yeah, so those espresso beans are really, really, really good.
So when you say use something else besides cannabis, you mean like add fruits or something to it?
No, add like flour.
Add other influences. So like if you want a stimulating edible, caffeine. If you want a relaxing one, melatonin.
In that realm, I see.
There's even other stuff like there's like mushrooms and different. Ashwagandha is like something that's good for colds, but they also use it. It's like an aphrodisiac, so that's in their love bean. So it has other influences. Like cannabis isn't the only thing that.
This is a coffee. This is a cannabis coffee.
You've actually had these when we went down to Texas. I brought some with them. There were those. They're in that trail mix. Those chocolate covered espresso beans.
Oh yeah, you told me about those.
You put medicated beans in a trail mix.
Yep,
that's amazing.
Sneaky,
dude. The guy at the airport literally found them, and like opened them because I like put them in my bag, and I guess if you bring food, you're supposed to leave it out. And it had like I had cut a hole and then put tape over it, and I put them in like that. And so he looks at it and he gives me this eyes with a smile, and he's like, "Would you mind if I had a handful?" And I was like, "No, man, go for it."
Oh my god!
And then he didn't grab any, and he's like, "All right, man, just next time leave them out, and we won't even have to go through them or check them." I was like, "Okay, cool." And then I grabbed all my shit. Awesome. I was on my fucking way. Yeah.
Nice. All right, man, cool.
Yeah, dude, go for it. I mean, if you want to have a handful, have a fun little party.
You just cause airport reform.
Right?
He takes that handful and he's just like, "You're good.
Good. Thanks,
I'm going to go sit over here for 20 minutes.
Right.
I'm taking my smoke break early."
He just takes a cut of everything that comes through there instead of banning it.
Something. Oh, man.
But yeah, that's where it's like a lot of edibles, and I talk to customers about this a lot. You'll see like sativa, hybrid, and indica edibles. And some people say different influences and they'll get it from it. But all you're doing at that point when you're making an edible like that is you're taking sativa flower, hybrid flower, indica flower. You're processing it, which usually most of the time, depending on how you're making your concentrate, you're blowing everything away from it that turns it into a sativa, hybrid, or indica. And then you're going to say that terpenes are through it's a sensory organ to what we understand. So it's through your nose and through your mouth. And so if you're eating this thing and swallowing it, we don't really know how those terpenes are going to interact with their sensory organs. So it's like, I've talked to a lot of customers. I ask them like, "Hey, I literally asked them, I was like, do you notice a difference between the sativa, hybrid, and indica ones?" And most of them will tell me no, unless it has some other kind of influence in it. Right. Well, like honestly, no, like it's like a placebo. It's literally these companies are putting it in there to make people think, "Oh, it's going to make me more tired," or "It's going to make me more active."
Right.
Because it has this in there.
Right. Because it's not actually getting the effect. That's like how wine people say they can tell the difference, but when you actually put it to the test, they can't tell you the difference between the different bottles of wine.
Right. Yes. So the other people who say, "Yeah, that's a sativa. Yeah, that's an indica." Yeah. And it's like, I think some of that can come, like, that's where I try to do that when I'm a bud tender too. Like, you can prime people's minds. So I will prime them that their experience is going to be kind of what they're looking for. Or I'll prime it to help like sell it to them, to their inner subconscious, so it can make them go down that path. Because I feel like it is a big part placebo. It is a big part of the mindset that you put in your mind before you get high. So if you can coordinate that to people and you can tell them, "Oh, it's going to do this, it's going to do that." I'm honest. I'm not going to just lie about something, but if it's something that is done to me, I'm like, "Yeah, that's more of a stony this. That's more of a relaxing. That's more euphoric." But you're in control a lot of that too.
Right. It's interesting. First we talked about cults. Now you're talking about how you mind control people.
This has been an interesting episode.
That's what happens when I chug coffee before an episode.
That will happen. Well, I mean, I suppose
I do it for good intent. I'm trying to make it
for not having a topic. We really didn't have a topic.
All right.
It's flowing pretty well.
We leaned into some. Yeah.
We have. Ego is strong.
Ego is a very strong part for a while.
We're doing what's right and wrong.
Yeah, why we do the things we do.
Yeah.
I had to double back and be like, to confirm my mind, and no, that's just the person you live with. Like, calm the fuck down.
I like how your mind is a lady from Minnesota.